Read it. Oh boy. That's... I'm assuming this is the day after, but still, that's not good. It is jarring to see Watari this depressed. I guess that'll be the tone for these two episodes. Where is Kousei? Hello, I'm joeuphonium. My name is Joe, and I play the euphonium. And welcome back for another reaction, where I share my thoughts and feelings as a musician to a piece of media that deals with music and musicians. This is Your Lie in April, episodes 21 and 22. It's going to be a double reaction because we have reached the end of this series. It's been really fun following this whole thing from the beginning, and honestly, I didn't know what to make of this show when I started. I mean, it looked great, and the first few performances were fantastic. I know we had that dark period in there where I was like, come on, happen. But I'm very glad to have watched this show. I'll go into more of the review at the end, but the mindset about performances and players, the things they go through, that presentation has been very, very good and enlightening in this show. I really like how visually they depicted a lot of things, when they really feel the music, they had almost that synesthesia effect with the lights and colors going on there. But also just the ideas, especially that Kaori and then later Kousei have talked about. I've just really liked all of that, how it's been presented, what they've actually chosen to present with that. It's, for non-musicians, you might not realize it, but there is a lot of good stuff that professionals can draw from this. But let's watch it now. He's back to where she found him. With a nice callback with Nagi there, kind of reminding us of that just a few episodes ago. So maybe she is improving? Somehow. Yeah, they got the IV drip right there. She's back upright at least. It might have been some sort of anemic shock or something like that as a result of that. They just needed to stabilize her and get everything in there back on track operating. What about that surgery thing though that she talked about? She also must have gotten pretty light. Yeah. Being ill and all that. Being in hospital, all that, you drop a lot of weight. She re-inspired him to recommit to music, and yeah, now he in turn has re-inspired her to keep fighting to live. The visuals in this show, I've forgotten how gorgeous they can be sometimes, especially when a moment like this is striking, I think. Those little glisses, maybe portamentato? I forget. I mean, to play like that with double, triple stops, whatever those were, is very difficult to do that as masterfully as she can, or she would have been able to. Nice on the show to give us that little bit there, to remind us just of how excellent of a musician Kaori is.
僕はバカだ。暴力上等、性格最低、印象最悪。でも彼女は美しい。雪の中の君は美しい。
It's kind of more like the facade, the image she puts up to... She's well aware of what's going on with her body. She must have been beforehand. And she had already been living through her music, so yeah, it's... Oh boy.
深呼吸して。
ねえ先生、私たちみんな。脈拍は安定しています。麻酔完了しました。手術を始めます。
I'm doubtful the show would give us any serious information on what type of surgery, but I'm curious to know what kind of surgery would be applied for someone in the critical stages of ALS sclerosis. Whatever it is she's got.
この後最高のピアニストが控えてますから。あれ、ミケ？
Oh, he's become a little Kousei fanboy now.
おい、大丈夫か？大丈夫。大丈夫だから。
大丈夫って顔が真っ青だよ。誰が見たって普通じゃない。一緒に医務室に。
I mean, even though there aren't any episodes past this, you know, it's good to see, as short as it might be, this little bit of bonding between them with their concern. I mean, Takashi's concerned for Kousei because they will be competitors and colleagues in his future. Oh boy, not good. Unless he can really pull everything together and remaster everything.
弓を持てないバイオリニストなんて意味ないもの。私忘れない。死んでも忘れない。
弾かなきゃ。
忘れちゃえばいいんだよ。リセットボタンを押すみたいに。
弾かなきゃ。
Separate, compartmentalize.
弾かなきゃ。弾かなきゃ。
Close that off unless you're gonna make use of it.
ピアニストだから。
先生、
コーセー。
Another parallel to
また下向いてる。
him from before, but hopefully she's loaded him with enough motivational advice now.
バカつばき。
That is something that happens too when people make sound, and sometimes, yeah, I've seen that happen too. Yep, you still have your friends, plus Tsubaki's friend. Everyone else who we have named and not named, but otherwise seen in this show. Just like in Mozart in the Jungle, everyone is here at the auditorium. Well, okay. Everyone's here. Do, 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 do. That's one of the ballades, right?
深くゆったりした響き。ああ、なんて豊かな音色なんだ。
ショパン。
Mm-hmm. Yep, I was right. It was the first ballade.
作品23。
Ballade, it's kind of like... Should have studied up on my terminology, but it's kind of like almost like it's supposed to be like conveying a story. The etudes are more like very rigorous practice, almost like practice pieces. There are like specific goals, and they're meant to, you know, bring out and focus and work on various aspects of the technique with a more performance piece style. The ballad is much more kind of like the word ballad, kind of much more like a story, a song in that sense. Very dramatic. Dun, 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 dun. It's very great. I love all this gratuitous, yes, but wow, that was cool. Just all this great imagery of the piano and the inner workings of it. Like, again, there's no dramatic reason for it, but it just goes so much better. Almost like a music video, but with the drama of everything, all the weight of everything that's going on around it. And in a way, this kind of does, like, represent, you know, the show's handling of everything. Yes, the storyline's always been very important, but it's also made very good use. I mean, it's not like Nodama Cantabile or even Sound Euphonium, where, in terms of just how much music they featured, because we all know how I loved that, those wide spans of time without performances. But the music that it has used has always been very integral and always been very well presented. Hey, it's that image from the intro. Always been very well presented, and just in terms of not only the performance, the recording used, but also just how it's shown. You know, it's not just still images or just images of the person or whatever. They get creative with the imagery. They're calling back to other points in the story here, but also how they use it to elevate the expression of playing, communicating all those ideas, like I said, about the glowing things, or just the shifting colors with the characters' moods and feelings. And in this way, yeah, conveying like back to that communication dream world kind of thing, where he can be with Kaori in this performance. Nice. I like how they've infused the violin into the ballad here. The music in the show has always been very important, whether or not it's actually being performed or not. It's always carried a good weight, and this is just, you know, marrying the two, the subject, the story, and the music together in a way that it contributes to both. It's not just them playing together. In a way, this performance is resolving Kousei's feelings about what's going on. And hey, it's that image that I used for the euphonium cover I did. It's kind of like, I mean, we could just go into it say it with words, but we also have the feelings, the sound of the music. We have the imagery of Kousei and Kaori playing together and smiling. These last few episodes have not had a lot of smiling in them. And the message I'm getting from this is he's remembering, internalizing, using all these things she's taught him. She's there with him, whether she's physically there or physically alive or not. He won't forget it. He can't forget it. And he'll be alright. His worry was that he couldn't do it anymore because she was going to be gone away. But doing music itself is what brings her back. She's disappearing again. And now he's playing for her to come back, kind of. And even these hurried passages. I mean, just the music alone, infer a ton of feelings from them, or if he just outright said how he's feeling about it. I mean, yeah, it can communicate it, maybe be boring, but no, this is... We have the music and the imagery to tell us how he feels. Coupled with a great performance, coupled with dazzling animation right now. Yeah, playing that part where she's, disintegrating into flower petals during all that. Very good. Now we're back to... Almost looks like the first imagery we saw in the show. Except I believe it was Kaori walking. Though I guess kind of in a way that's the full circle of he's grown and come to know all these things, that now he's almost in her place. Oh, interesting. Aww. She looks like a little mushroom. It really has been cyclical. Oh, she was right next to her. I wonder if she was actually in there when they animated the first scene. When they animated that scene the first time. Aww. Little derp. Aww. And she wore glasses then, too, apparently. The same kind of glasses as him, almost. She looks so different with those on. Mm-hmm. That's why they didn't really recognize her, yeah. Just fit an awful lot into that little piece of paper. And this is the very first track that we started the show with. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, it's almost like a facade. Okay, what was the lie? Okay, even I saw that one. Okay, so that was her into the whole, to their little group. Yeah, it would take probably a grand total of 10 minutes. I could make a bad joke there about him, but I'm not
つ
gonna.
ばきちゃんにも謝っといてください。私は通り過ぎていなくなる人間、変な過去を残したくなかったので、つばきちゃんにはお願いできませんでした。というか、有馬くんを紹介してなんてストレートに頼んでも、つばきちゃんはいい返事をくれなかったと思うな。
Yeah.
だってつばきちゃんは君のこと大好きだったから。みんなと
They are a
一緒
good
に死んだんだ
match.
から。
Kousei and
知ら
Tsubaki.
なかったのは君とつばきちゃんだ。こうちゃんは好きな人がいなくなってきっと落ち込んでるよ。
Not in that way.
わかんない。
Just be there. Be around him. Don't make him feel like another person's not around anymore.
使ってもしょうがないでしょ。筋肉のが言い過ぎじゃね。多分特別なことなんて必要ないのよ。いつも通りでいいんだよ、きっと。
Yeah, that's what he needs for life to go on and things to not all be different.
あんたのその恋愛観どっから来たの？ BL。 私の遅くなって連れて行った君は想像と違ってました。
Didn't see that one coming, but okay.
暗くて卑屈で意固地でしつこくて洞察魔。思ってたより声が低くて演奏家なのに舞台の外のことで心がいっぱいなのはなんかおかしいね。
Yep.
また一段と色っぽくなっちゃって大人になったのね。かっこいい。別に通り魔先生のピアノになりたいなんて思ってないんだから。
Okay.
忘れられない風景がこんな些細なことなんておかしいよね。
Okay, at least everything isn't ending as dour as I feared it might.
君はどうですか？私は誰かの心に住めたかな。
Mm-hmm.
そうだね。
私は
He'll be fine.
君の心に住めたかな。
土足で上がってきたよ。
ちょっとでも
That she would.
私のことを思い出してくれるかな。
忘れたら化けて出てくるくせに。
リセットなんか嫌だよ。
するもんか。
忘れないでね。約束したからね。やっぱり君でよかった。届くかな。
And she did, and how. He's not gonna be able to get rid of her. Is that she's bonded to? It's important to him as music itself. She's part of his.
君が好きです。
The reason why music is important to him now.
好きです。カヌレ全部食べれなくてごめんね。たくさん叩いてごめんね。わがままばかりでごめんね。
No, she was her. Even if she was becoming like flippant or whatever as a result to try to live more vicariously in the face of everything that was going on, that was still her.
君は自分勝手だ。
Even people, you know, who
僕なのに。
she's a great example of someone who, even if they
PS
may not have
私
lived
の宝物を同封いたします。
forever, you know, or as long as everyone else, she really lived. She did so much and had such an impact.
何すんじゃい。お、一人になんてなれると思うなよ、コーセイ。背後霊みたくずっとそばにいてやるんだからな。覚悟しとけ。
There we go. Aw, who knew that? That's cute that they were actually like in there in the picture. I met the girl under the full bloom cherry blossoms, and my fate. I didn't get a chance to read the rest of it. Oh, I like this little guitar version. really good show. And it actually, it didn't end, like I said, as dour and depressing as I thought it would. It actually ended on a very nice, close the book, optimistic, not optimistic, bittersweet, but definitely on the more positive end of the bittersweet. The strong marriage of the music to the story. Again, it doesn't make it great by just having a bunch of music all the time, a performance every episode. That would be great, but instead of that, it made sure that every performance was meaningful, and each performance gradually became more and more vital to the story, and not just in terms of like vital to the events of the story, but vital in the form that the show was taking for telling the story. I mean, I would be interested to see the manga for this, because there are so many things that are done, especially in that final performance, and also in earlier ones too, that are conveyed through the fact that this is picture and sound medium. This is multimedia, and the fact that it can't all be said with words, yes, but I find it so much more effective to be told visually, orally, all these other methods as well, and almost like the more simpler form, just like that performance there, with Kousei's feelings about it, we could tell with the music and how it sounds, how it's being played. That's almost more simpler and much more powerful that way. So I would be interested in seeing what the manga is like and how it conveys all that. I mean, it doesn't have that extra dimension of being able to hear it and also see it in action in terms of like motion. That's what really pushed the story along, it felt like. I mean, yeah, there were major dramatic points that came through just in dialogue or other scenes or whatever, but in terms of where there was the most development, I think it was through the music, which is a very good way of showing and utilizing the music in that way. It's not just like, oh, and now it's the performance, and just not do anything about it. The show really made good use of it. Kousei seemed to resolve his feelings, or at least think through or feel through his feelings there in the final performance. It's almost like exercising the feelings, or I don't know what the right word would be. But as the music progresses, with the various moods, lines, tones that the piece calls for, you have to go on that journey as well. And going on that journey really helped Kousei and the audience, I feel, deal with all the things, all the emotions about what's going on with Kaori. To the point where we didn't need to have scenes, dialogue-like scenes, with that. We just needed to go through, feel all these feelings, and then that was it. We were able to jump cut right over to that scene at the cemetery. And that is something very powerful and unique about music. In that, it is a piece, but it progresses, it changes. You travel with it. And if you can take yourself on that journey through it, you can lift yourself out of whatever feelings you might be stuck in. And maybe be able to think through whatever feelings you're wrestling with. And I think that's really smart of them, the people who produced and created the show, to do that. Thank you, Lorelai and April. Not just for, in addition to all those other great things I talked about earlier. I know it wasn't all like the actual song goes, but I might circle back to do an extra kind of review on the series as a whole. I'm not sure. I'll need to let it sit in my head for a little while and watch a few episodes again on my own. I know there is an English dub. I do not know yet if I'm going to check that out or do anything like a reaction review thing with it. I might just watch it and maybe share my thoughts in a singular video later. I don't know. In terms of reactions, I think that was good. I think I've completed my journey with this show. There might be extra materials as well that I might check out. Again, it's gonna depend on how long they are, how much I think I can get out of it, and if I feel like I have anything major to say about it. But thank you for all of you who suggested, voted, and shared your own thoughts about this show, encouraging me to do it and sticking through watching this show with me. It has been a blast to do. I have really come to love the show, and I'm ready to move on to the next big thing, whatever that may be. I don't know if it's going to be anime, I don't know if it's going to be a live action. I want to do another movie soon, though. That'll be separate. But till the next time, I'm Euphonium. My name is Joe, and I play the euphonium. See ya. And I still don't like watery. Happy playing! Hey, did you like that video? Well, I've got more. Right now, I'm reacting to 3 shows: Mozart in the Jungle, Nodame Cantabile, and Your Lie in April. If you haven't seen any of those before, click the videos to start at the first reaction. New reactions get posted every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And check out some of the other stuff I have on my channel too. Enjoy, and happy playing!